What's up guys? Thanks for tuning in on today's very exciting video. I'm Gabe and today we are reviewing a car that needs no introduction. But I'm going to do one anyway because this is a very, very special car for me and for many other people around the globe. This is the 2017 Lamborghini Aventador S. And for many people, including myself, this is the poster car on the wall, the dream car, the if I make it, this is the car I'm buying. This is actually not the first time that I review a Lamborghini Aventador. The first time I actually drove one was back in 2019 with my best friend Bryce when we went to Las Vegas, Nevada on a couples trip. And it was there where I lost my V12 virginity. Now, many years later, here I am with this gorgeous Aventador S. I'm going to be going over the performance, exterior, interior characteristics, and then I'm going to take it out for a drive with the intentions of figuring out if the Lamborghini Aventador S is worth your time and potentially someday your money. Now, before we kick off this review, I want to give a huge and warm thanks to today's sponsor of this video, Safe Haven Global Corp, a company that focuses on Amazon FBA and Shopify SFN services. For the last 7 years, they've offered expertise in the areas of website customization, SEO optimization, Shopify store management, Walmart dropshipping and fulfillment services, and even Amazon fulfillment services, and much, much more. If you would like to know more about their services and how they can help scale your business, go ahead and check the link in the description below and let them know that you came from my video by saying something like GV V12 or GV Lambo. All right, so in regards to the performance characteristics of the Aventador S, we're gonna find a beautiful, hand-built, carefully crafted 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine that pushes out 740 crank horsepower and about 509 pound-feet of torque. This is about 40 more horsepower than the pre-refreshed Aventador, the LP700, and that is thanks to some tuning to the variable valve timing and also some adjustments to the intake system. You know, and I gotta say that this engine not only produces an impressive 740 crank horsepower, but it also produces one of the most soul-melting exhaust notes that I have ever heard on a car. And to this day, it is one of my favorite exhaust notes in history. In fact, I love it so much that I sometimes listen to exhaust clips of this car to sleep. And what's crazier about this particular car that we're driving today is that it is fully straight piped, which means that not only is this 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 going to sing without any restrictions, but it is also going to produce some crazy flames that hopefully we catch on camera. Enough blabbering, let's let the bull sing. Now, delivering that 740 crank horsepower and 509 pound-feet of torque is going to be a single clutch automatic transmission. There's been a lot of complaints about that. We'll talk more about that when we actually drive the car. And of course, that is sending all that power to an all-wheel drive system that has some interesting toggle switching as you adjust the driver's modes, which again, we will talk about when we drive the car. The Lamborghini Aventador S is not only celebrated and admired for its insane amount of power and its great sounding exhaust system, but also for its exotic and really contemporary exterior design. I'm trying really hard right now to find a bad angle with the Aventador, and it's just not possible. First of all, let's just appreciate this insanely dynamic and just overall an array of different colors on this wrap here. This is actually a limited edition, like one of a kind. Only like a handful of other cars in the world have this exact wrap. The front of the Aventador S is so aggressive and intimidating. This has an entirely new look from the pre-refresh Aventador. The Aventador S actually has these two fins that divide here, and it leads to the bottom where you have like these multiple layer splitters down here for added downforce. You also get to notice just how sharp this car is, and that is also because this is again inspired by a fighter jet, and you have to have that level of precision and sharpness in order for better airflow. And I mean, it's you really get to get a glimpse of not only the front of the car but also from the side profile of the car, which is where you'll really appreciate just how absolutely sleek this car is. But man, this is like literally half the size of me. I mean, if I get ran over by this, I'm literally getting cut in half, and it's a clean cut too. There's literally thousands of businesses that use the Lamborghini's profile as their like logo, and for good reason too. I mean, everything about this just screams aerodynamic, with the side view mirror here, the gas cap, and also the doorknobs. The doors are actually found tucked underneath here because everything about this car is just aero and just And of course, you can also appreciate the painted carbon ceramic brakes, which is standard on a car that has so much power and so much weight, which by the way, this car is 4,100 pounds. You get to really admire all of these air vents and air ducts that not only serve to channel the air out and cool this massive V12 engine, but also just to give this car just such a unique and exotic look. You're also going to appreciate these gloss black 10-spoke wheels. These are going to be 21s in the rear and 20s on the front. And then making our way towards the rear of the car, which is, I think, one of the coolest and most iconic, and it's really hard to confuse this with any other Lamborghini model or any other supercar. I mean, look just how beefy this car is. It's just, just like the Lamborghini Bull El Aventador should be. Here you have the iconic sequential aero taillights that are just, again, unique to the Aventador. I also really love the centerpiece exhaust here. That's kind of like in this hexagonal shape. We have this fixed aero wing in carbon fiber finish. It looks really nice. It kind of reminds me of the SV. The Aventador actually has this wing over here in carbon fiber that has 3 different positions. So depending on what type of speeds and the way you're driving, it will adjust accordingly. The owner decided to permanently leave it stationed like this because there are some known mechanical failures with the Aventador S's wing or spoiler. And here we have this very exotic like staircase design that also not only looks great to show this massive V12 engine, but it also allows for the hot air to just exit out accordingly. All right guys, so now let's check out the interior, but before we do so, check out the key of this $500,000 beast. It is literally just like an Audi key, and it makes sense because, you know, Lamborghini is a product of Audi and that whole German conglomerate. And as part of the Lamborghini driving experience, you're gonna have the scissor doors by Lamborghini, and of course, my God, they're so heavy. But I'm gonna go ahead and prop up the other one. Lamborghini is one of the few cars that you could just leave the doors up and actually have a photo shoot with it. These are the billionaire doors. It's just all part of that Lamborghini driving experience, and it's so cool. All right, so in the interior of the car, we're going to see these very vibrant orange Alcantara suede seats that are the GT, you know, the comfort seats. They do have bucket seats, but obviously these are not those. Those are like carbon fiber, and these just look so nice with the orange stitching contrasting. Here comes the not so challenge, because even though I'm about 6'2", 6'3", it is still very much easy to get inside the Aventador. It's a little bit awkward at first, but once you're inside of it, it is just, ooh. All right, let's bring down these heavy doors. Jesus, that's a workout. And oh my gosh, first impressions, for a supercar, it is very, very spacious. The headroom, I'll be honest, it's not that great. I mean, I'm kind of like slouching a little bit, but it's, you know, it's not bad. I think 6'2", 6'3" is really the cutoff. This is just so roomy for a freaking supercar. Let's go ahead and start up the Aventador. Oh my God. Oh my God. Even on the inside, it is just so insane. It just like the exterior design, this has a lot of fighter jet themed design, and that is very much apparent with the center control console over here that has the different switches over here, and like this silver finish pieces and the carbon fiber with the buttons that are just so nice. I mean, here you have the different type of driving controls, and obviously the best part of it all is starting the car with this orange switch over here. But I don't like how the infotainment is, again, kind of like archaic and a little bit dated, but that's fine because that's not really the point of this car. The point of this car is to have fun with that very nice exhaust feedback and the driving experience. The different driving modes: Strada, Sport, Corsa, and Ego. Strada is essentially the most calm of them all. It's basically the one that you want to have if you don't want to cause a scene, which is very hard to do in a straight piped Aventador. Then you have Sport, which is actually the most explosive type of driving mode. It's about 20% in the front and 80% of the power being sent to the wheel. So essentially it becomes a rear-wheel drive car in an all-wheel drive car. With that being said, you can actually drift this car if you wanted to really let loose. And then if you want to have a more precise driving experience for the track and for other situations, which is, again, it's more professional in a way, you go to Corsa. The dashboard immediately changes into like this horizontal like speedometer rev meter here that is just so cool, and it's exactly like you would get in like the Huracan Performante, and it just looks so much more aggressive and sportier. It's just so nice. And then of course you have Ego mode, which is kind of like an individualized mode, which we'll talk about more when we drive the car. And going back to spacing is not really a priority. Obviously you have a glove compartment, and that's pretty much it. You have a little bit of a cubby back there to just throw some stuff behind it, and that's about it. The front is where we're gonna find the bigger storage. Let's get to that. Signed by the CEO of Lamborghini. And here's the additional space that you would have, which is a frunk, very typical with supercars, and it's actually not that bad. You can maybe fit like what, 4 grocery bags in here? All right guys, so we talked a lot about the performance, exterior, interior characteristic, yada yada yada. It's a cool ass car on paper and in looks. Now let's talk about how this car drives. Driving this right now on like Strada, the easy, the relaxing mode, you really you're getting enough fulfillment. I am right now. The kick and the God. Now, one of the things that I was mentioning earlier is that some people actually they don't really like that because it's like, it's not the quickest transmission. Sure, it's not supposed to be quick. Correct. It's a raw car. It is a raw car, and I have to agree that one of the things I actually really like about it is that it's just so raw in that sense that like it really throws you back, and like you want a fast car and get a performance. Exactly. But this is just so much more of has a stronger presence. It's a fucking car. Literally a fucking car. I was about to say.
Shitty?
I didn't want to say it.
But shitty, I mean, it's not a track car. It's not meant for that.
Brother!
That's the reaction you want. Wait. So everything in the Aventador, it's inverted. So for the window to go down, you would have to press it up. You see, look, I press it up, it goes down, and vice versa. Weird, right?
Yeah, it's like this weird,
It's inverted. I don't know. It's just
Lamborghini thing.
yes.
But I gotta say, like, on the highway right now, it's pretty comfortable.
Let's say we would put it in Strata, you can just enjoy the car. You don't have to drive it manual, just enjoy the car in general.
So yeah, when you're driving it right now on Strata mode on the highway, the suspension, you do feel that it is a lot more forgiving.
Yes.
It is still very sensitive. Like, you will feel like the bumps and you will maneuver up and down, but it's not like harsh. Like, you know,
That's the problem with the 2014, 15, 16, and prior Aventador. It's harsh. You know, and it didn't have the Eagle mode before. The Eagle mode was introduced in 2017, or when the S came out, which I believe was 2017. Yeah. So, you know, it's just forgiving. It's nice.
Well, I love the fact that you have options, man. Like,
Yes.
people that buy these cars, you know, they want options on their cars.
Correct.
Man. Especially when it comes to like driving styles and you know what comes in it.
And then if you don't want to go full blown track mode, you put it on sport. I'm going to put it on sport if you want. It's still an automatic, but it's a little bit more aggressive. It's
Correct.
a little bit more stiff.
It's so like, oh yeah, and it's a beautiful day too to take a car out. Such a vibrant car, man. I was saying that, bro, I literally, like, this is kind of crazy. I literally, like, put Lamborghini Aventador, ASMR, go to sleep. Like, I fucking listen to this, like, this is my baby Einstein shit. Yeah. So because this is a straight piped car, formal but informal launch control system. Now the formal one would be, you know, and then letting it go. You got it. Bro.
Gets the job done.
Yeah. There you guys have it. That is the full in-depth review of the 2017 Aventador S. Brother, I mean, where do I even start?
That's what I want. Speechless.
Where do I even start? I mean, this was just like one of the most thrilling drives. Actually, it was the most thrilling drive I've ever had. Not the first time driving the Aventador like I mentioned before, but I mean, one with this amount of craze and just stir crazy. I mean, it's whole another level on your video. Brother, thank you so much for letting me drive it, and of course I look forward to filming more videos with you and
many more cars to come.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps out tremendously with the algorithm. And subscribe as well if you enjoy my content and want to see more of this Aventador on the channel and the other cars that this guy has in his collection. And spoiler alert, they're fucking crazy. And guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're part of Noti Gang and you don't miss any of the other crazy POV drives or reviews that we have coming for you guys. Last but not least, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one.